सरस्वती नमोस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवति मे सदा. Wish you a very happy Navaratri to all of you. Thank you for giving such a positive response, such a beautiful response for my yesterday's video. Friends, today, day 2 of this Navaratri. Yesterday we had a very good conversation with Dr. Vidisha, a COVID fighter. And today we are going to meet who is certified life coach and NLP master practitioner from USA. 20 years of experience in empowering and encouraging people. Very good personality, very positive thought process she has. And friends, I am actually inviting all these people who are not only having, a positive thought process, but they are always trying to add value to people's life. And their experience really speaks a lot. I have learnt a lot just by discussing few things with them so far. And I feel whoever will watch these videos and meet them definitely extract some or the other knowledge from their discussions, from these conversations. So let's welcome Mrs. Dipika Amlani. Hi Deepika, welcome on my YouTube channel, and I'm really honored that you as a life coach are part of my YouTube channel and helping me to spread positivity. To start our conversation, again, before starting that conversation, wish you very happy Navratri, and I hope this entire whatever the pandemic is outside will actually go away from this and everyone will start enjoying the festivals. We missed the festivals the entire year this time. Okay, so to start our conversation, Deepika, our objective is to spread positivity, right? So, as a life coach, I really want to know what exactly this positivity from your perspective.
Thank you, Swanand. I feel honored that you've given me this opportunity to be part of your YouTube channel, and I would love to spread your message as far as it could go. And I also wish you a happy Navratri and happy Navratri to all the viewers as well. Okay, Swanand, before I talk about positivity, I'll take you back to at the time when I was working. I would say, especially when I was Mumbai, and I was born and brought up, and I studied in Ahmedabad, and then I moved to Mumbai. Mumbai was a little जैसे हम कहते हैं ना वो ड्रीम सिटी जो कभी सोती नहीं है. मैं एकदम आराम वाले शहर से आके एकदम भाग दौड़ वाले शहर में चली गई. And that was a time that people always used to tell me, be positive, you'll be able to do what you get. And I was wondering, yaar, what is be positive? कहना कितना आसान है, पर it's the time when something is going within you, it is so difficult to be positive. Yes, so everybody surrounding, और हम कोई भी वीडियो देख ले अभी के टाइम पे भी, it is so obvious that be positive, कोई भी situation हो, be positive. I always used to get this one question, कैसे? It is so easy to say to be positive, but then how? When I am in that particular situation, when I am facing that problem, I turn back to my old way of thinking. I turn back to my way of thinking that is, जैसे we have all grown from animals. Yes, so we have that fighting spirit, and हम फाइटिंग इंस्टिंक्ट जो हमारी होती है, तो हम यूजुअली क्या हो जाते हैं, कोई भी प्रॉब्लम आती है, हम पहले उसको कैसे उससे अवॉइड हो, उसको फेस नहीं करें. दिस इज व्हाट द फर्स्ट थिंग दैट गोज, एंड दैट इज नेगेटिव. But as we have grown, we have We are humans, the mind has grown, the brain has grown in a very fantastic way. And in our mind, in our brain, we have all the capacity to train it, to tune it to the way we want it. Yes, so positivity, अपन एक एक्सपेरिमेंट करते हैं, अपन एक थ्रेड लेते हैं, अपन ब्रेन का फंक्शन समझते हैं. लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड द ब्रेन. यस, व्हाट हैपेंस व्हेन वी थिंक. हैव यू गॉट योर रील?
Okay. Uh, just give me a second. I need to get that.
Okay.
All right. So I have my reel with me.
Yes. So this is what happens. We call it as neuropaths in our brain. So जब भी हमें किसी भी चीज का फर्स्ट थॉट आता है, तो एक ऐसा न्यूरोपाथ हमारे ब्रेन में जनरेट होता है, जो टू एंड्स को थॉट्स को सेट करता है. उसके बाद सेम थॉट आया, ये दूसरा न्यूरोपाथ हुआ. We have to fold it. This is what we get, a second neuropath. The same thought, when it comes again, it is the again it gets wired. Yes, and gradually it keeps on becoming thicker and thicker, harder and harder. So we call it as a hard wire. So this is what our thinking process, thoughts and emotions are, or I say our behavior and habits are. They get hard wire like this.
Oh, okay.
अब जितना थिक होगा उतना तोड़ने की कोशिश करो,
तो टूटेगा
ट्राई करो, आप ट्राई करो, नहीं टूटेगा. राइट, यही हमारे ब्रेन में हमारे न्यूरोपाथ्स हैं. जो चीज हम रिपीटेडली करते जाते हैं वो ऐसे हार्ड वायर्ड हो जाते हैं. हाँ. स्ट्रॉन्ग. हम हमारे न्यूरोलॉजी के लैंग्वेज में इसको हार्ड वायर्ड कहते हैं. वो ऐसे हमारे हार्ड वायर हो जाते हैं, उसको तोड़ना मुश्किल होता है. तो उसी सिचुएशन में अगर हम वापस आते हैं और हमने बार बार नेगेटिव सोचा है, तो ये हमारी हार्ड वायर जो है वो वापस उसी स्ट्रिंग में ऑटोमेटिक चली जाएगी. दे आर ऑटोमेटिक जनरेटेड प्रोसेस और हैबिट्स और थॉट्स, वापस उसी में. फिर से वो सिचुएशन आया, फिर से वो हैबिट, फिर से वो सिचुएशन आया, फिर से वो थॉट. ऐसे होता है कि जब हम कुछ भी सोचते हैं और हमने मल्टीपल टाइम्स उसके बारे में नेगेटिव सोचा है, प्रॉब्लम आया, ओह कैसे करेंगे, अगेन नेगेटिव थॉट, हार्ड वायर्ड. I am not capable of doing it. How will I do it? I have never done it before. This is not possible. Hardwired. Difficult to break it. Yes. So now we need to learn. As I said, we have this miraculous mind which would make these new neuropaths every day. Every thought is a new neuropath. Every thought is a new neuropath. So then we have to tune our brain to think positive. So we have all the capacity of thinking positive and creating new neuropaths. But the previous negative neuropath is so strong that the new generated has to be repeated. It is said that if we have to generate a new habit or new behavior or a new pattern, we have to repeat the same thought for 10,000 times, more than 10,000 times.
Oh my gosh.
Yes. 10,000 times. Yes. So it takes 3 to 6 months for us to generate that new thought, to generate that new habit. And for that, we need to consciously make an attempt. Swanand.
Okay. Yes. I got that. And yeah, this is really nice to understand this, through this thread. That was great. So as you mentioned, Deepika, right, that it is like it will take 3 to 6 months actually and that to a very deliberate efforts, right? So and the one question also you asked about how we can be positive. So there might be some technique what you are talking about right now. You explained it through typical thread, kind of example. But still, is it really true that if you want to if you want to become positive, from the thought process perspective, yes, I agree that it is a process, will take some time, correct? But then if someone is negative, really want to make become positive, but in that transition, during that transition, something, some situation comes in front of him, any panic situation or something, then
Right.
do you have anything, that that person also can think positive in at that moment also, and then again he will continue with his transition from negativity to positivity?
So Swanand, I'll give you two, not two, yeah, multiple things, but multiple ways or techniques that would help you to turn positive. One, couple of them would be very instant. So when you
Okay.
are in a situation, they're basically the breathing techniques that will help you to settle down and concentrate on yourself, on your breathing, and that will really reduce your thought process, and then you'll have much of clarity to think. So I'll teach you a couple of instant positive or instant, not positive, but they're way of reducing your thoughts. Yeah, and the second couple of steps that you need to follow in your daily routine, and gradually, if you do it at least for 2 weeks, you will find changes within yourself. I have
Excellent.
seen this happening with lot of my client. They've come back and said, उसमें से एक दो भी टेक्निक अगर वो रूटीन में अपने कर लेते ना, फिर वो बोलते हैं यार ये टेक्निक करने से अब लाइफ में मजा आया. There have been couple of clients those have thought of suicidal tendency. They
Oh,
were so depressed. They called me up कि I am feeling like I need to do something to myself. And this very basic one or two technique, I asked that individual to do it. And then after almost 2 weeks, I was having a regular follow with that client. And after 2 weeks, the client said, I'm feeling wonderful. I want to live my life again. These are very simple techniques, but so powerful.
great, great, great.
So let's begin with one. I'll teach you three breathing techniques. And so, are you ready?
Yes, yes, precisely, anytime.
Yes. Anytime. Okay. So these are very instant breathing techniques, and usually nobody would even be aware about what you're doing. You just be at your place, sit straight, feet grounded, and palms open on your thighs. Yes. So this is a blow technique, very easy. I think मैंने सुना भी होगा, योगा वगैरह देखते हैं तो 4 count inhale करना है, 2 count hold करना है, and 6 count exhale करना है. Yes.
Sure.
So we'll do. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A set of 3 would help. What would happen? हमारे अंदर जितना भी है, हम एक्सेल ज्यादा करेंगे तो ब्रेथ के साथ हमारे इमोशंस, थॉट प्रोसेस भी एक्सेल होंगे, और हमारा फोकस हमारी ब्रीथिंग पे टर्न होगा. तो थॉट्स हमारे जो होंगे वो थोड़ी देर के लिए साइड लाइन हो जाएंगे, तो हम फोकस कर पाएंगे कि ओके अब क्या करना है. तो उस मोमेंटो को ब्रेक करेगा ये. वो जो मोमेंटो हमारे अंदर कुछ भी नेगेटिव करने का, या गुस्सा आ रहा है, या कुछ भी नेगेटिविटी हो रही है, मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों, व्हाई दिस इज ऑलवेज हैपनिंग टू मी, दिस विल ब्रेक दैट मोमेंटो. It will help us to think little differently. So a 3 set, minimum of 3 set, and maximum you can do as much as you want, but minimum is 3 set. 4 times breathe in, 2 times hold the breath, 1, 2 count, and 4 count exhale. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is one very beautiful technique that will help us to break the momentum and come back to the focus.
Yes, the way you mentioned about 1, 2, 3, 4, that will get break, right? That will be broken.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
Now you're getting the points, Anand.
Yes, I'm on right track. Great. That's
Absolutely.
the one technique.
Yes.
That's
Another one is every time when we breathe in and breathe out, there is a very minimum pause that we take. So we need to concentrate on that pause. अभी भी आप breathe in करोगे तो एक pause आएगा बहुत छोटे से friction के लिए. उस pause पे focus करो, फिर breathe out करो, normal breathe in breathe out. Pause पे focus किया, ब्रीथ आउट किया, तो वो जो पॉज पे अगर फोकस करेंगे क्या हो जाएगा, फिर से हम वो मोनोटोनस ब्रेक करेंगे,
Right,
हम
right.
हम हमारे ब्रीथिंग पे फोकस करेंगे, वो पॉज पे फोकस करेंगे। लाइफ में पॉजिटिविटी को हमारे अंदर लाने के लिए वो पॉज की बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है। जब भी पॉज आएगा तभी हम सोचेंगे कि क्या सही है क्या गलत है। Yes,
Perfect.
and the rest of the technique that we will be talking later on, which are little long term, that pause will help us to recollect certain memories from those technique.
Oh, okay.
Yes, so during that pause, if we want to do it, we may think of some positive that we would have done it in before. Yeah, कुछ चैलेंजिंग हमने किया और लोगों ने बोला होगा कि नहीं तुम नहीं कर सकते हो, and then we would have pushed ourselves, no, I am able to do it, I am going to do it. That positive thought, you may bring back those images while you're taking that pause, and you immediately would fire up with a lot of positivity. Yes,
Excellent.
so we'll learn that gradually later, but yes, breathe in, there is a pause, hold, feel that pause, breathe out, there is a pause.
Right. And we can do it very, very frequently, and that too without any much, kind of what we can say, much efforts, or no one will be able to even
Yes,
identify. We can do that very easily.
identify it. Yes,
It's
very
just like we
easily.
have to be. Yes, again, it is like do it. It's important. Let's do that.
Yes,
Definitely, whoever is really, even watching our videos, I will request even during videos, please do that. It doesn't take much time, it doesn't take much efforts, but do it deliberately, do it seriously, and you will see the change. Great. That's
that's
really
a
nice.
conscious effort that everybody has to put it. So when you feel that you're trapping back into that negative thought, वो thread याद रखो, वो डोरी फिर से वो thread once again it is getting, the neuropaths are getting created. Break it down by doing this exercise, and this pause is to be 21 times. This has a count of 21.
Okay.
So one cycle is breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause is 1. Breathe in, pause, breathe out, pause is 2. This way we have to do 21 times.
Awesome.
Yes. And the third is, if we are all aware about, we have a lot of energy, energy points, energy centers in ourselves. Yeah. So कितनी बार ऐसा था कि कहीं energy block हो जाती है. And that's the reason कि we start falling back into those negative thoughts. So keep your palm on this side of the shoulder.
Mhm.
Yeah. And then take it cross till your this, what we call it,
Kabar tak?
kamar tak. Yeah. And again, similar way the opposite side. Yeah. Till your
Okay.
waist. Yeah. So again, this till your waist. Then other side. This is count 1. This is
Okay.
again minimum of 3 counts.
Okay.
Minimum is 3, maximum as much as you feel. And ये तुम अभी देखो 3 times कर रहे हो, अपन ने 2 time तो कर लिया, do it 3rd time. Press this little bit and then move till your waist. Yeah, you really feel great. Just doing it just for 3, and you'll feel that surroundings में कुछ tingling हो रही है, कुछ energy flow start हो गया है.
Great, great, great. Absolutely. Dipika, great. I mean, and yes, importantly, like you don't have to, really take extra effort in your in your day-to-day life, and you need to actually work on that. It is something like normally in our, in IT world, it has been, the experience came up when, you have to sit so many, for longer time, right? We
Longer
have started
hours,
doing that
yes.
anyways, this one, all that, right?
Yes.
So
True,
even this one is
true.
also better, right? Cool. And
Yes.
great. And definitely whoever is watching videos, please do that. But on top of it, even I will, definitely talk with my friends, with other even relatives also, and I will speak to my dad as well. This is really good. I'm impressed. Wow.
Thank you. Even I feel blessed. I could reach out through you to so many people and they could find the benefit, reap the benefit of this.
definitely they will get, that benefit, and I'm sure about it. So Deepika, as you mentioned, these are the techniques coming up, and we normally, as a human being, we normally think, right, that if we can add value to anyone's life, we are really doing good. We feel we'll get that satisfaction, right? But you are actually doing it very frequently as a life coach. The life coach, whoever is there in your industry, basically everyone is actually trying to add maximum value to others life or their clients life, right? So definitely you might have getting a lot of satisfaction so far, a lot of testimonials and a lot of different experiences with different people. Kind of a medical science, having every body is a different stuff. So for you it's
Absolutely.
not only body, but even the mind is also different. The mind itself is
Yes.
behavior, right? So I would like to know more about that experience, or if you can share any one experience with us, or any one testimonial which you feel that was really great, that you feel like, yes, I'm satisfied, I've done something good for others life, and that is giving you a motivation to be, more frequently do the same thing again and again. So any experience you want to share, that would be great.
Yes, Swanan, there are multiple experience, and I think it is that those experience, those feedbacks that really push me to do it more. That gives me energy to help
That
more and more people. But before I talk about the testimonial, I am still to talk about the long-term routines that you need to follow daily. Apart from these three energy techniques or breathing techniques, one couple of things you need to follow on a daily routine that would gradually tune your entire body. So सिग्नल्स कैसे पहुंचते हैं स्वानंद हमारे ब्रेन को किसी भी चीज को हैबिट बनने के लिए? हम सब ने हमारे चाइल्डहुड में वी वुड हैव रेड अबाउट दोस 5 senses. Yeah, the way we see, the way we hear, the way we taste, the way we smell, and the way we feel. These are all the 5 senses that gives input to our brain. अपन ने कभी भी किसी भी चीज को टच किया अपन को याद हो जाता है कि फिर आंखें बंद कर भाई कॉटन है ये सिल्क है वी वुड टच एंड वी वुड रिमेम्बर once we have tasted a food and we have loved it so much, next time again somebody is preparing, पहले जैसा मजा नहीं आया था or maybe it is much better than last time, you know, that is registered through our taste buds. Smell, this is good, bad, somebody would have told us this is good, this is bad, and then we would have remembered it. So next time when we smell any particular perfume of an individual, हाँ ये तो तुम रेगुलर लगाते हो, so that gets registered in our brain. Here is very common, तुमने ये कहा था, तुमने वो कहा था, we remember. So minute of sounds of fan, machinery, minute to minute sound of the surroundings, our brain registers that. Eyes we see and we register. So next time when we see a same similar face, we may not remember the name, but we हाँ देखा है तुमको कहीं. The face would, the mind would quickly give us a trigger point saying that okay, I've seen that individual. So these are the ways where we register all the entries in our brain.
perfect.
Yes. So one important routine that I would request all the audience, all the listeners to follow is do exercise regularly. Whether it is your gym, your jogging, your walking, or some yoga exercise at home, but make a point of sweating it out. What happens when we do exercise? We have heard about a lot of chemicals getting generated inside our body, and there are a lot of chemicals that triggers to our brain. So dopamine is one of the chemical that triggers to our brain. And agar suna ho, to dopamine is known as a chemical of happiness.
Oh, I was
Yes.
not aware, but great.
Yes. And who triggers dopamine? Exercise, physical activity. That triggers dopamine at a very good level. तो तुम ऑब्जर्व करना आपसे अभी नहीं किया होगा लेकिन गोइंग फॉरवर्ड मॉर्निंग में व्हेन वी गो फॉर अ वॉकिंग या अपन को एक अलग से रेस्ट ऑफ द डे वी फील सम एनर्जी एंड सम काइंड ऑफ हैप्पीनेस. So that's where dopamine plays a very important role. Dopamine is generated when we do exercise, and that's a happy hormone. We people call it as a happy hormone that generate happiness within us. So exercise, meditation again is an input to dopamine. So try and meditate very regularly. Put it as a daily routine. 10 मिनट भी कर लो, लेकिन करो जरूर. तो ब्रीथिंग टेक्निक भी अगर सुबह कर रहे हो उसके साथ 10 मिनट मेडिटेशन कर लो. एंड आई हैव हर्ड दिस पीपल सेइंग कि मेडिटेशन करते समय बहुत ज्यादा थॉट्स आते हैं. और यूजुअली ऐसा कहा जाता है व्हेन एवर यू मेडिटेट यू डोंट थिंक, don't focus. What is that? It is important to understand that also. For an example, I am meditating right now. और मुझे थॉट आया कि यार मैं रात को खाना क्या बनाऊं. ओके, आई गेट एंगेज देन फर्दर एंगेज इन दैट थॉट. खाना क्या बनाऊं, अच्छा ये सब्जी पड़ी है पर बेटी नहीं खाती, नहीं बनाती हूँ. हस्बैंड को ये पसंद है पर बेटी को नहीं पसंद है. ओके, अच्छा ये बहुत टाइम लगेगा, नहीं बनाती हूँ. दैट इज व्हाट आई एम गेटिंग एंगेज्ड इन दैट थॉट. व्हाट वी हैव टू डू, रात को खाना क्या बनाओ, स्विश. दूसरा थॉट आया, ओके बेटी का होमवर्क बाकी है, स्विश. Command, okay, next. I usually do it. I don't do it by hand, but when I close my eyes, okay, next. I give a command, next. I don't get engaged in that thought. Usually, that's what we have to do while we meditate. And अगर धीरे धीरे हम इसको regularly करेंगे ना, there would be a state that we will minimize the thoughts. So when we give an intention next, at times I don't have a thought at all. But
That's
when I
where
get
your meditation will start, actually.
That's the time your meditation would start. But when I get once I get a thought and I get engaged inside that thought, is the time I'm putting multiple thoughts around it. And that's
Correct,
where
correct.
I'm not able to meditate. तो usually लोग confuse हो जाते हैं, बोलते बहुत thoughts आते हैं, आने दो, किसी में engage मत हो. Thoughts आने दो, जाने दो. आया, let it go. आया, let it go. I तो say next. Okay, उसके बाद एकदम blank space आ जाती है, and I enjoy that blank space. That's where you meditate, but it will take time. Don't hurry up. Make it a habit. Maybe 6 महीने लग जाए, that's all right. But you will find that your capacity of getting unnecessary thoughts will reduce by doing this. Regular exercise, regular meditation. Yeah, and third, most important and most powerful is gratitude. अब मैं जब भी किसी को कहती हूँ ना ग्रैटिट्यूड, हम तो करते हैं, किसी ने अच्छा काम किया वी सेड थैंक यू, किसी ने मुझे कुछ लाके दिया आई सेड थैंक यू. आई से नो, वी हैव टू डू अ कॉन्शियस ग्रैटिट्यूड, राइट? मे बी usually people ask for writing a gratitude diary or a journal. It's okay if you're not writing it, but before you go to bed or early morning, whatever time suits you well, do a conscious gratitude. Give gratitude to all the 5 elements: fire, water, um, earth, sky, and what is left? The 5th one, air. Yeah, we are alive because of these 5 elements around us. So say gratitude to those 5 elements. Say gratitude to your family members. Say gratitude to the maid who is coming in your heart. Anybody who is helping you. Or maybe I tell some people कि अगर याद नहीं आता तो उस पूरे दिन में, if you're doing it at the end of the day, think of any 3 things you need to be gratitude for. What happens again? It gives rise to your dopamine. When you feel thankful, you feel happy, you feel positive that I'm surrounded with so many good people to help me. Ideally, what we do, we keep on crib and crying. Okay, you do not do this for me. She is not doing this for me. You all are hopeless, or maybe I am hopeless. But we never feel what we have within us. We never take this opportunity of thanking to what we have. And once we start feeling gratitude, that's the time we start feeling blessed. Oh my God, I'm blessed with so many good people around me. Oh my God, I'm blessed with so many things around me. I was not aware of it before. So at least 3 things in a day while you go before you sleep would again give you that happiness of being blessed. So start practicing gratitude. And 4th is again, I would say this is again a very powerful technique is, have you read that book Fish Philosophy? Okay. In that book, there is one, the book talks about four important aspects. It is usually for the workplace, very tiny book. You can read it. I don't remember the author name. I'll give it to you. But yeah, one of the point is make someone's day. When you feel somebody is happy, you will also feel happy. That again will give rise to your dopamine.
Leave it to get it. Good.
Yes. Make somebody's day. So make a point, छोटा छोटा कहीं ना कहीं किसी को try to help. Yeah, and help with that passion. Don't help के मेरे लिए कुछ अच्छा होगा. Help with that passion. Help with that passion of something. I usually tell my daughter, कुछ भी share करो ना. Do not share that is which you have it in spare, but share it what you have kept it for yourself. तभी वो real sharing का मतलब आएगा.
Yes,
राइट, जो
agreed.
एक्स्ट्रा है वो तो दिया तो क्या बड़ा काम कर दिया, ये तो मेरे को नहीं चाहिए था इसलिए मैंने दे दिया. No, what I need, and if I'm able to shell out something from that, and if that is giving a smile to somebody, is what we would also get a bigger smile on our face. As you very rightly said, okay, to receive, what you said,
Leave it to get it.
give it to get it. Absolutely. That's the law of karma as well. But let's
Yes.
keep that karma thing aside. Let's focus on dopamine. So let's increase dopamine by making somebody's day.
Definitely.
So
Yes.
this
It's a
will
good point.
also give lot of raise. Yes. And final, बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. हम कभी भी किसी भी प्रॉब्लम में आते हैं, अपन को कॉर्पोरेट्स में जो ट्रेनिंग दी जाती है, but whenever we come across to any of the problem, it is important that we focus on the solution, not on the problem. What happens when we
Yes.
focus on the problem? We're again giving those neuropaths those command of thinking negative. The center point is very small. The center point is only the problem. But when we focus on the solution, we are broadening the horizon. Yes, and once we broaden the horizon, there's
Get the
nobody to
solution.
stop us.
Precisely.
Yes, so these
Yes,
are
and that's
certain
normally we
things.
get into trainings. But yes, it happens, Deepika, many times that you get something, trained in, in your professional environment. Okay. But you tend to forget that when it comes to actually with you in personal life, and then it's difficult. But I mean, yes, I agree. And, we have to focus on solution instead of problem. That will give us definitely that will boost our confidence itself, because we are actually looking at horizon now, not on that small
Small dot. I'll give you a very beautiful example of, I think all the housewives will be able to connect to it. कभी भी खाना बनाते कोई चीज नहीं होती हमारे पास, राइट. यूजुअली हाउसवाइफ्स के पास कुछ बना रहे हैं कि फॉर एन एग्जांपल, चलिए, आई एम नॉट सो गुड इनटू कुकिंग बट ओके, so I've made this any vegetable I want to make it, and I just realized that the thing that complements this Okay, Swana, now I would come back to your question of sharing my experience of helping somebody. I have a couple of experience as I shared. This was about this lady who just called me up one day saying that I don't feel like living anymore and I want to just do something to myself. I said, okay, hold down. Tell me what is the problem. And then she narrated, and I figured out while she was narrating it, there's a lot of negativity that was there inside her. And she's forgotten everything which is positive inside her. So I told her, okay, chalo, give me some time, Appan, give me a chance so that let us see. If things are not working right, then you decide what you want to do. But at least give me some time, let's work together. I could say this because I was pretty sure that she will find her positivity back. And first thing that I asked her was, at the same time, I asked her to write down what is that you think you love about yourself and what is that you think you're good into it. Yeah. And then she wrote it in the evening. She has sent me the picture. And next day again, I called her up and said, now write down what you like about your family, about your husband, about your son. And then she noted down that things. And then I asked her, what are your hobbies? And she noted down her hobbies. And then suddenly she said, मुझे थोड़ा थोड़ा अच्छा लग रहा है. And मैंने कभी नहीं सोचा था कि मेरे में इतना सब पॉजिटिव और इतना क्वालिटीज है. And I've forgotten certain things in my life that which have now revived back. And I'm feeling good about it. And there are certain things I used to do when I was a child. I said, that's great. So that means you have a lot of talent in yourself. She said, yes. And I've forgotten that completely. And then after a couple of weeks, I got this message from her saying that she's starting some online classes on the hobbies that she had before. And
Wow,
till date, she's doing those online classes and she's getting minimum of 5 to 6 students in those classes.
that's wonderful. Great.
That's
I've
it.
seen one more testimonial for, that one lady actually writes something on FB. You have actually shared that for her daughter. Is it possible for
Yes.
you to share that?
That was a lizard phobia. So her daughter had a lizard phobia, and she's my daughter's friend, anyways. So she was like, "Hey, you're a life coach, you're helping so many people. You help my daughter as well." I said, "I'll be more than happy." And there is a technique in NLP. Uh, NLP is neuro linguistic programming, where we help people to reprogram. तो अपना सॉफ्टवेयर हार्डवेयर जैसा होता है ना, वैसे reprogramming माइंड का भी करना पड़ता है. So NLP has couple of technique that reprograms, and NLP works very well on fears and phobias. And God grace, just one session with her, and after few days I received this testimonial. I was so curious. I called her. क्या हुआ? Well, yesterday night when she went in the kitchen to fill up her glass of water, and the lizard fell down from above, crossed her in front of her, and she was still drinking water. And I observed it because I also went behind her to grab a glass of water. And I was like, we both saw each other, and I was like, and they were celebrating now. The lizard fell and just moved in front of her, and nothing happened. And उसके पहले से था कि रात को अकेले वो किचन में जाती ही नहीं थी
जाना ही
पानी
जाती
वानी.
है.
So her mother had that thing in her mind that now she will scream or shout. So she also went behind her just to be, but then they were so happy to see. So this was
Very
also
small
wonderful.
thing, but yes, when it comes to phobia, anyone will have, for any kind of stuff, right? Any kind of phobia. But yeah, the thing is like for even for the viewers, you can actually work on the phobia as well. And that's very important. Better you face it, better you work on
Yes.
it with any NLP practitioner, you will definitely come out of that. You'll have some good things definitely.
Absolutely. NLP has a wonderful techniques to work on phobias. So you have phobia of height, you have a phobia of lizard, name it the phobia, stage fear, stage phobia. You'll maybe for elders, sometimes it takes couple of more sessions because as I said, the hardwire, so at times we need to break them one by one because एक साथ नहीं तोड़ सकते.
नहीं तोड़
तो वो
सकते, correct.
थोड़ी थोड़ी लेके तोड़नी पड़ती है तो सेशंस थोड़े ज्यादा लगते. मे बी शी वाज अ चाइल्ड वेरी अर्ली, सो वो वायरिंग इतना स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं हुआ था, तो वन
टूट गया.
सेशन broke that. And आई एम सो ग्लैड आई कुड हेल्प हर इन दैट एज. लुक नाउ बड़े होने पे उसको वो डर चला गया ना. शी हैज अ ब्राइटर
Exactly.
फ्यूचर. Now she'll be happy to go inside any dark place without any fear.
Great. Deepika, I will not take much of your time. Just last but very, very important question. Any takeaway message you would like to give to our viewers?
I would just like to tell them, just be happy. Just believe in yourself and find out ways. अपन सबने जब बचपन में साइकिल चलाया होगा, अपन गिरे होंगे और उठ के फिर साइकिल चलाया, फिर गिरे होंगे, फिर उठ के साइकिल चलाया. द सेम थिंग हैपेंड व्हेन वी फर्स्ट स्टार्टेड वॉकिंग. We would have felt We would nahi, hum sabne, we have fallen down multiple times, woke up again. This is the same life, this is the same us. Yes, nothing has changed. So once we have fallen, once we have trapped into negativity, let it be. Rise again. Think positive. Think of all the aspects, all the positive things that you have done in your life. वो एक डायरी बना दो, उसमें लिख दो मैंने क्या क्या अच्छा किया है. कभी भी लो फील करो ना, वो डायरी में पढ़ लो. अरे वाह, I have done this which was not possible. That time possible नहीं था. जब साइकिल भी चलाते थे, कभी कभी रोते थे, नहीं रोज चोट लग रही है, नहीं चला पाएंगे. बट अगले दिन फिर नहीं, ट्राई करना है, ट्राई करना है. So try, keep on trying unless you succeed. That's the
Correct, correct.
final takeaway, Swanam.
Awesome, Deepika. Thank you so much. Yes, accept the fact, accept the negativity, but just keep it aside and see to it that you are actually, you will try to succeed to move ahead positively in your life.
Yes,
Amazing. Thank you
absolutely.
so much, Deepika. Again, happy Navratri, and thanks for sharing so many techniques with. And definitely, as far as the first three techniques, let me assure you that I will start doing it regularly for sure. So thanks a lot.
That's great, Swanand. I'm so happy. I'm so happy, blessed.